We are back here. It is me, Eldiria, once again joined by Rhodes, and well, map one certainly not what we hoped it would be. A 13-2 loss for Luminescent, but a position we've seen them in before, as me and Rudy were discussing quite a bit off the during the break.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw Luminescent that was almost identical to their match against GFU. They got absolutely blasted. They lost 13-1 in that one and lost 13-2 on this one. But when they played Lotus in that map 2, their map pick, it was a whole nother team. Yes, they did have different players, but I feel like they could have the magic to do it again, and I think it'll all come down to this first pistol round.
I mean, I'm on board with it. It's purely because I just want to see 3 maps. I want to see as much of the game as we can. I want it to be intense. That's just me. I don't know about you guys, but I just it was very underwhelming on Bind, to be honest. We expected it to be a really close matchup between the two, and it was just a complete blowout for RME.
Yeah, and if RME is able to get on the streak again, we've seen them like after each time just go on these amazing win streaks that are able to win them games. It's going to be really scary if they're able to pull it off again because Luminescent, it feels like they're the opposite. If they go down, they're not getting back up.
Yeah, I mean, if they start losing rounds in a streak, we know RME can just run away with it, as we saw in that last match, and as we've seen in previous matches with them. RME is just such a streak-heavy team. You have to have some early momentum.
Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna get some sort of A split coming out for the first round. We have RME on defense, Luminescent on attack. The Army defense last time was phenomenal, and I wonder if it's going to be able to put up the same kind of thing as we're going to see 3 pushing through B main. This could be really interesting because no one is watching it at all, but Rudyrojos is staying by himself on A, so unless they look for a quick rush, this could be scary as Avi's going to be saying hello to 3 members in just a moment. This could go drastically as Mr. Seed finds the first contact, picking up AV, and they're going to push back. Rudyrojos with the priority just in the smoke, trying to play it as all the members of the side of Luminescent, besides one, are on the A site going through tree. This could be a bit scary as they're kind of pinched in. They don't know that River is flanked, but Mr. Seed also does have a nice angle on it as well as Rudyrojos picks up a shorty kill on Ella as they're going to push through tree. Mr. Seed finds the flank kill. Wizard gets one as well, and one more player in tree. Thick Bang will get one, but can't find the other as Gigaberry will secure this round for the side of RME. And this is, I would say, really bad for Luminescent. Just try and get a good start early.
Yeah, unfortunately, sorry, I was having a little bit of tech issues, but I'm getting it figured out right now. And, I mean, yeah. I unfortunately wasn't able to really catch much of that, so I'm just gonna let you continue to take it away.
Anyway. It was just, it was just a clean play. They just pushed up B, were able to find a quick pick on the AV, which wasn't able to show much last game. And it looks like they're going to do the same thing again. AV does have a trip there this time, so it's going to be, they're just going to back away easy peasy as, it's the same exact setup it looks like, but except this time, Luminescent might be opting for C. They have a bit of confusion on what they want to do as they're looking to spell the curse on them.
I mean, it is Lotus. This is the map that we've seen it on a lot. We even have Haven to round out this series if we do go 3 maps. So certainly the 2 maps that we've casted the most. So as a result, we've cursed the most.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there has been a Lotus game where a second round conversion wasn't messed up. I don't believe so. I will have to check my notes on it. But we're going to see Gigaberry get pushed on the site. This could be a free gun if they're able to get killed, no casualties.
Yeah, and they're just going to try and overwhelm this cyber player of Gigaberry, but he's good for 3, and even Mr. C to contribute as well. So it's all going to be shut down, and AV, the only one left alive, is just going to have to surrender this round.
I don't know what you mean. AV can totally do it. Never mind. As It was very clean for RME. They definitely have cleaned it up since we last seen them, because they did give over a second round conversion in their last series. So I'm really happy that they're so far able to pull it together, and it does feel like if they're able to win this round, Luminescence's chances of winning this series or game in general is over.
Yeah, if they lose to another bonus round, I mean, it affects so much. It affects your confidence as a team. It also just affects how you're able to play this match. If you lose a bonus, you're on the back foot for the rest of the half, it feels like, whereas it just sets the other team up to just be cruising through the entire thing. So if you're Lumi, you have to convert this, and River is going to do just that to start us out as he gets one, but is quickly traded back by CeeLo, and Mr. Seed is continuing to apply his pressure. Wizard could actually cut off quite a bit of this rotate. They're going to opt to send Mr. Seed out as the first engagement, but Thick Bang through the smoke is going to manage to take out one more from RME. And it looks like it's just going to be an A execute with no resistance, a post plant with gun advantage. You could not get any better for Lumi.
Yeah, definitely. They do have the main advantage as they're able to pick up that loose Mr. Seed at B main, which I think just completely helps Luminescence so much on this. I think it is going to give them a bit more confidence in this round. We do have the slow flank from Gigaberry. They know exactly where he is, so Thick Bang probably going to want to fight this as he does have the gun advantage, but doesn't have armor, so this actually could be quite bad for him if he plays it incorrectly. CeeLo does pick up Ella.
Yeah, CeeLo getting one and Wizard getting another as well. So now it's a 2v2, and this flank is getting more and more dangerous. CeeLo gets another, so it's all up to River in the 1v2, the one to open the round, but possibly the one to close it as time is getting low. The kill is found, but no time for Gigaberry. So he's just gonna have to grab the Vandal and, well, not even able to escape with it. Just great round for Lumi to at least win, no matter how they do so.
Yeah, CeeLo almost salvaging it, just finding 3 picks on site, and does fall down, but Gigaberry does find is 5-0 in KD, but cannot find the round as they're just able to stall enough for that spike to go. But RME does have weapons now, and Lumi is forced back onto an eco with only 2 rifles. This could be a bit scary for them, as we know RME are really good at playing these rounds. It looks like the rifles are going to go away for Luminescent as they're just going to be thriftying up, and this could be a 3-1 for RME if they don't play it incorrectly.
Yeah, like I said, with Lumi, they have to take it as they can, and a round is a round, but this is just going to be a really, really troublesome round for them. They try to double satchel into the back of the site and secure this C for a post plant to at least try and make these low economy weapons work.
Yeah, definitely, as we see a double flank coming from RME with Wizard, with Mr. Seed, and even Rudyrojos is going to go through a door. AV has his eyes on it as we see picks man from CeeLo.
Yeah, I mean, the flank is noted, but CeeLo is so strong in the CT position. Sosu manages to keep it at an even man count, but that Dune's flank is coming through very strong right now. Showstopper now now taken out, and both Showstoppers actually popped, but RME manages to win it. I'm completely fumbling over my words right now.
It's all good, as Mr. C does use an unnecessary Showstopper. It doesn't matter, as Wizard able to find that last pick, as RME finds another round that looked a bit scary for a second, as Luminescent almost found something with the Thrifty, but it just didn't work out, as we're kind of seeing the same thing now with RME, as they're going to be a bit low on cash. It looks like they will just buy up, though. And Luminescent really need this round, or this could cause a lot of dread, as it looks like a lot of players are going to be meeting each other on C Mound. This could be a bit spicy.
Yeah, I mean, some of my favorite games is where the economy is always low for each team, and you have to just keep throwing haymakers at each other. You can't afford to just surrender around, so you have to keep forcing. You can't, you're fully investing into every single round. I think they're extremely entertaining to watch personally, and I'd love to see it continue to go that way.
Yeah, definitely, and we do see some good ults for RME. Not River only has one for Luminescent, and that Omen ult can't really find you much, but RME does have the Thrash and the Nightfall, so that could be really useful for them for these retakes, as it does look like Luminescent is eyeing that A site, but Gigaberry has a lot of utility set up. Nothing for Tree, so they will get in there for free.
And even a little bit of some coordination lost in this hectic environment as Lumi's going to send a team flash forward, so they're going to stall out their plans just a little bit. RME is going to secure an early man advantage. Gigaberry is good for 2 in the back of the site. Thick Bang to trade it back and try and keep this post plant going well as he secures another one onto Wizard. It's going to come down to AV holding this flank and holding the line. So the rest of RME here is trying to press up. The AV though too strong and is in a great position to just collect right now. Mr. Seed is going to have to pull off a 1v2 and manages to get Thick Bang, so the last player is far away. Mr. Seed can stick this spike to at least half, but the paint shells go a little bit far, and Mr. Seed not able to land his shots, even didn't quite get the half, so it's just a very easy clutch for AV to pull off.
AV looked shaky last night, but we saw a really nice 3-piece from them, able to find the flanker, and then it kills the person that is hit by the Rolling Thunder, and finding the last one onto Mr. Seed, as Mr. Seed just did not have the time management left, as I feel like Thick Bang in total there just opened up the round for the side of Luminescent, just finding some really nice picks, and I just really like watching him play because it's just so impactful sometimes as we see RME forced back onto an eco and Thick Bang with the, well, I forgot the gun's name, but it's a really nice sniper. Outlaw.
Yeah, I mean, this Outlaw could definitely collect, opting to try and save some money and well, at least get some kind of strong buy into this round. The Outlaw can definitely be very powerful in rounds like this where you do not have full armor. AV with a great camera to get a lot of information on these flankers, confirms that there are 3 bodies towards it, which is just going to prompt the site take and the site plant. Gigaberry has no say in this post plant.
Rudy really wanted to kill AV there because you know what he likes to do. He likes to push up for those aggressive plays. AV gonna look to fight 3 here.
He's actually under a lot of pressure right now as 3 players are just barreling towards him. Wizard collects the kill, but Ella trades a 1 back, so it's an even man count, and the time is ticking here for RME. They need to add some pace to it, and the Outlaw is going to pick off Mr. Seed. 2 more kills, though, go the way of RME. It's all left up to CeeLo, as it's not going to happen, and we are at an even scoreline of 3-3 now.
That was a hectic round as Luminescent's able to finally maybe put some rounds together, maybe try and start a streak. As we saw Ella just hitting some really nice share shots and just securing the round for them. And I mean, RME went for something. Again, they like to go for these things, especially when they're on a thrifty, and it just didn't work out. Yes, they pick off AV, but I think just with CeeLo just being very, or not CeeLo, sorry, Ella being very proactive on the A site, is just able to secure that round for Luminescent, as we might get an early nightfall as we have a B main push here.
Yeah, and that trail is going to reveal the position of Wizard. So spammed out by Sosu, traded back quickly by Rudyrojos though. So this is going to be a very fast round possibly, as we see so much utility coming out towards the B site here. Multiple players rotated in to try and contain it, and they'll do just that. But AV has managed to lurk almost all the way into the C site here, tossing out a cage just to be safe for the cross. But the site is free. However, we do see a lurk from Gigaberry coming back in, cut off by the aftershock, and trying to lurk forward. What a shot through the smoke. Great instincts from Gigaberry to secure an even man count for this retake, and now this is very doable for RME. They have the rifles after their last round save, and so they're gonna try and make them count here. Haunt thrown out and a neural theft as well, so plenty of information coming through. Rudyrojos is gonna capitalize on that and get 1 more. Pushing through the smoke though, Ella trades it back. AV gets 1 more, so we're gonna have to see 2 from CeeLo, and not able to manage it as AV cleans this up and secures the 4th for Luminescent.
Ooh, that was quite the site retake, as they, like I said before, they're starting to string some rounds together, as at the start of that round we saw 2 nightfalls come out from both teams, and that was really hectic. Only 2 picks going back and forth, which gave Luminescent the advantage on it, and AV and Ella were just able to secure on site, just finding the last 3 picks. And I mean, they're just playing a very stable game, which I feel like we weren't able to see, as now we see an RME Rudyrojos timeout.
I mean, what's strange about it is Luminescent is playing a stable game in one of the most chaotic maps that we've casted, to be honest. So many things have just been very hectic, very chaotic. You know, it's been a lot to try and keep track of for these players, but Luminescent just doing a little bit better at keeping themselves calm in those situations and managing to, you know, just find what they have to barely secure out the round.
Yeah, definitely. And we usually see RME try like usually thrive in that chaos, but I think Luminescence just beat them to the punch, maybe playing a bit more chaotic to shake off what RME is trying to do because they're not really able to find much on this defensive side. Like we said before, Luminescent, they love this Lotus map, and you can really see their plays starting to form after they did lose the pistol in bonus, and now they're able to have 4 rounds to 1 afterwards with guns. This is a really nice play as we have a 4-3 start. This is going to be interesting as Army's going to try to come back with a thrifty. Rudyrojos does have a Bucky in the tree position as we know he likes to find these aggressive picks.
Yeah, I mean, once again in Ecos, it's going to be rough, but Rudyrojos is such an aggressive controller player, pushing through and gets 1 kill with the Bucky, but brought down to 5 HP, could very easily be spammed through this door. Not found, though. Eventually, this man count will be evened up, but it's quickly traded back by Mr. Seed. Neuro Theft is sent out, so they get information on all these players. This is a very doable 2v3 situation for Luminescent. Choosing to take a bit of an aggressive position here is a River, and Ella looks to just back him up on that. They're playing shoulder to shoulder here. They want to play off of each other's contact in this heaven spot. A lot of util for the side of Luminescent to work with, and the Showstopper is even committed and completely wasted. Back of the site is gonna be just so firmly held by Luminescent here, but through the smoke comes the spam, and it looks like it's gonna be a round win here for RME as these two teams are just refusing to back off from each other.
Yeah, I mean, RME, Rudyrojos, like I said, with that Bucky, likes to cause havoc in these rounds, and I think that was the main contributor to it, as somehow found that tree pick and instantly backed out. Everyone went into tree. We got trades going back and forth, but it gave them the man advantage. And then AV unfortunately used the neural theft, but got instantly traded by Sosu to give them the advantage. And I mean, it's a thrifty round for the side of RME. It's a bit rough for Luminescent, and they're forced back onto an eco. So this could be a round advantage for RME if they cannot find anything here.
Yeah, but Lumi they want to keep having competitive buys here in River, with the Spectre is actually going to manage to take out Rudyrojos. It's an early man advantage. They want to try and press that onto this B site, and there's so much utility being committed towards it, and even a player towards a main to try and pinch in. However, it's all shut down. Mr. Seed and Wizard combining for 2 kills. And so now this B-site attack has been fully stifled, and it's gonna be so easy for RME to convert this into their 5th round.
Yeah, definitely. We saw some really nice picks there from Mr. Seed as Gigabear is gonna get the last one. Yes, they're on an eco, and they did find the opening pick with River onto Rudyrojos, I believe. But they weren't able to find much more as Wizards able to find the lurker, and they kind of just got pinched in, and Mr. C loves when he can see everything on the map and just finds the easy kills. I mean, that was just a very clean play, even though Luminescent were on an eco, as we're going to go back to guns for both sides.
Like I said, neither of these teams wanting to buckle, but now the economy is getting a little bit out of hand here. RME has a bit of a bank built up.
Yeah, definitely is. They do have 2 rounds together, and we know they love the streak, and this could be really scary, but Luminescent are going to see sight, which Gigaberry is just completely giving. Rudyrojos does have potentially aggressive flank on the door, as we know he loves to go through it. I'm really interested to see what happens with AV and Mr. Seed here, because it looks like they're about to cross paths as well.
Yeah, I mean, so far the C site has been pretty strong for Luminescent, so they are probably favoring their chances in this post plan as Mr. Seed has to contend with AV on the flank. It's going to be an early fight here on CT, and it mostly goes away for RME as they're going to secure 3 kills off of it. So now it's all left up to 2 players to try and pull off this clutch. Thickbank starts it out though, and even clears out the wingman and gets another onto Rudyrojos. However, with his teammate going down, it's going to have to be Thickbang with a 4K to secure this round. under the pressure of the Thrash as well. Not even turn around. You have to shoot the Thrash. Oh no, it's just gonna be a... Oh, but the spike is blocked by the Wingman. Time is so low. Did Wizard get it in time? And the Rolling Thunder is gonna secure it. Thickbang wins the clutch off of the back of a Rolling Thunder, and it's gonna be 5-5 here.
I think that is the worst round I've ever watched so far.
That is insane. Why did Thickbang not look at the Thrash ultimate rather? Why?
I love that AV and Mr. C the entire round were fighting in a attacker spawn while all of this was going on, but that's not what I want to highlight. Luminescent 4-man pushed up C Hall. They got smoked off. They lost the gunfights to Gigaberry, and everything was not going their way until Thickbang just makes it a 1v2 and just gets hit by the Thrash. And then guess what? He's rolling Thunder. And Luminescent's back on an eco.
Yeah, Luminescent's economy, even though they won, is so low, and Mr. Seed even barrels in with the showstopper. So this is just going to allow them to put more pressure onto this A main position. River, though, clean with the sheriff shot, takes the head off of Mr. Seed, and this is still an even man count despite the massive economic difference between these two teams.
Yeah, both top fighters for each team do go down, both really influential in these rounds. I will say that RME obviously still have the big advantage as Gigaberry is left alone on site with a 1v3, but they only have pistol, so it could go well for him.
Yeah, and Rudyrojos now rotating in to help, is going to get 2 through the smoke. Gigaberry gets 1 more, and it's cleaned up by Rudyrojos. A very good 3K, and this is just so back and forth right now.
Yeah, definitely. As I mean, these teams, this second half is going to be very interesting to see how they have their styles differences, because we've seen how good RME is on attack, and Luminescent had a pretty decent, or not really decent defense, but they definitely got blown out, and it really does look like RME are able to find some more confidence and pressure inside this game right now, but they do have a few very impactful ultimates coming into it.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how these ultimates are going to play out, specifically in the Nightfall and the Showstopper. River lurking up through B is going to get an opener onto Rudy, which just opens up this C site, because now they don't have to worry about the door position. So they press on the gas to try and get a post plant for the last round in this half to secure 6-6.
Yeah, definitely, as it looks like they're just going to give full sight, and we might see River find 2 picks. Does find Silo.
River too strong on this lurk, and AV even posted up towards the spawn of the attackers, but hold up, these trades are not coming in. Thickbang gets 1 more, so now it's TQ out of 2v3, but Wizard quick to respond, 2v2. This is such a hectic round as the rotate for Dune has to come in, and Ella now has to contend with Wizard. A 1v2 though, and they can just play the time as it's running low. Wizard, you have no chance in this round anymore, as this post plant is too clean from Luminescent. It is such an even fight between these two teams.
I mean, that was just really clean from Ella. They just were able to just do a ring around the rosy, not risking anything, making sure that they make the game tied. As, I mean, Luminescent, I mean, it feels like RME are winning these rounds, but Luminescent are just exploiting. I feel like they're throwing in a way some of these rounds, and it feels like Luminescent's able to capitalize, and we're really seeing them able to utilize themselves.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was wanting to see on Bind. Just these two teams, just haymaker after haymaker, back and forth constantly, man. Like, this is what I wanted.
Yeah, definitely. And I really like that we're able to see more from both of these teams. I mean, we did see a lot from RME, obviously, but I'm really happy we can see Luminescent just show why this is their map pick again. And I feel like their defense was really strong last time against GFU. So I'm really interested to see how innovative they're going to be this time, as they have 3 stacked towards A, and we know RME loves C, so they're just going to go fast.
I mean, both these teams seem to love C. C is definitely the favored site to take, but Mr. Seed could have an early contestation with AV, but is going to opt to back off instead. And Rudy, what we know him for, lurking in a smoke with a shorty, is going to just start aggressing, but he Oh, is he going to be ready for AV? Yes, he is. It's actually a double push to pinch out AV here. And so now it's a massive man disadvantage to make up for. Thickbang, though, trying to weather this storm as he collects one towards the dune position, and River is going to have to take the next contact as Thickbang goes down. This is looking like an RME round, but not if River and Ella have something to say about it. They've managed to wrestle back 2 kills, but the time is getting low, and Ella taken out from Dune means that the spam is available. This is looking like it's so difficult for River to play as Ships in the Night is just going to pass by Seed, and Seed stalls it out. CeeLo from the back. Oh, what a crazy pistol round.
That definitely does feel really sad for Luminescent. They are 0-4 for pistol rounds so far as RME are just, they felt so dominant on them, and they just continue to do it, not showing any remorse really. They're just finding really nice picks onto each other, especially with trades. I feel like their trades have been really efficient, just making sure that they always have man advantage. But we are on the second half of Lotus, so that is where I have to say, will the curse be coming?
I believe last time we did manage to avoid the curse on Lotus, and it came back to strike on the 3rd map. So we have had a map where we didn't quite get it, but Lumi on the defense side, they can make some stuff work with these pistols. You can never count them out. It's going to be River under a lot of pressure, and he gets a right click cleaned up, though, by Mr. Seed. And so now it's up to this 3-man flank from A main to try and pressure this rebel position. Sosu trades it back after only 1 from Gigaberry through the Cypher cage. And AV also confirmed towards the CT position, has managed to get a much further than I think RME would have preferred. So now all 3 of these players are stacked up in the same position. This could spiral out of control. As the boombot goes forward, the wingman will meet it. CeeLo picks off 1. Dizzy sent out as well to try and keep this even, but it's Sosu to lurk up with the Spectre, manages to get 1 and even a dink onto CeeLo. Time running low, though, and AV has to get this defused, and CeeLo with a clean shot to close this out.
Yeah, no thrifties today as they're able to secure that. RME just they remembered last time. They're like, we're not doing it again, and maybe they are the ones. If they secure this map, they have finally lifted the curse off of us. But that is not what I want to talk about that round. The C's from CeeLo, it hit Sosu, the only one with a gun. They could have found all 3, but they got delayed so much from it. And I think that is the reason why they didn't win that round. That could have been a thrifty, but they just got clipped by that C's, and that is why Luminescent is now down by 2.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you highlighted that utility, because that was 100% the decider in the round, because it meant that the CT pressure was a bit too early as a result, and they just got picked off 1 by 1. Mr. Seed, under a lot of pressure, is going to be brought down to 30 HP, and Rudyrojos lurking inside of a smoke with a Bucky, an image all too familiar. AV, though, is trying to make something happen here, but this is looking like a possible bonus for RME, as all these kills are going to come through, and it's a 1v4 for AV with 5 HP. A clean shot, but this feels like too much, as actually Sosu is still up, but forced all the way back to the CT position, and just going to have to opt to probably save this round. There's no way into it.
Yeah, this is looking really rough. We saw exactly what happened last time this happened, where RME wins 3 rounds in a row, and they just took it, and it went forever bye-bye, as Rudyrojos is gonna pick up Sosu at the end, too, as he's not paying attention, and she's gonna want that one back, as RME are gonna take a 3-round lead, force Lumi back onto an eco, and also into a timeout.
Yeah, not even the luxury of a saved rifle. Your entire team now is forced back onto an eco. Looks like some sheriffs and a timeout. Combo that we've seen a couple of times, and so far in this game, to no avail.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really actually liking what I'm seeing from Gigaberry. I feel like they didn't show too... I mean, I think Gigaberry was very solid in the match against Boba, but I feel like I didn't see too much from them in the map of Haven. So I'm really interested I'm really happy with how they're playing so far with 17-9-3 on the Cypher, which I feel like doing that in a tournament as well as being the Sentinel player is just kind of hard. So I'm really impressed with how they're doing so far.
Yeah, Gigaberry even being the IGL of RME, putting up stats like this is very impressive. And if he keeps up that performance, I mean, This is going to be a pretty short series, most likely.
Yeah, definitely. Luminescent needs to find, like, in all seriousness, Luminescent has to find some sort of damage here. They need to find at least 4 picks to maybe give them a chance. Because I am saying right now, RME, they love their streaks, and when they win 3, they win 4. So I really hope Luminescent can try and find out their stuff with that timeout to try and secure this map, even though they also have almost no ultimate economy.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, when RME win 3, they win 4, and personally, I would say they, based off of last map, they win more than that.
Ooh, River gonna open the door, kind of scare RME a bit, as, I mean, we are gonna see a very late flank from elo, but there is a trip, so they're gonna know that there too, as it looks really rough, as RME is set up so well on the site, as they're only 3 players are gonna look fast onto it.
Yeah, I mean, getting that timeout, they were definitely able to look fully at the economy of Lumi, and they were just able to bully this C site. Thickbang trying to get something going with the Sheriff, but he's going to go down, leaving AV in a 1v3, a map, or a round, rather, with not much to really talk about, as it went exactly as you would expect it. The lower weaponry just getting absolutely slapped around the map, and AV with no chance in this round. Spike is too far gone, and you're going to go down to said Spike explosion.
Yeah, that was really rough, as I think, again, we needed something from Sosu there. They popped the showstopper and found nothing with it, which I think just secured it for RME. I feel like that was like their go button when that missed. It was just so free, as we're going to head to a gun round for Luminescent, but they're down by 4 now with amazing, well, not amazing, but really good economy for RME. They're set up for the next 3 rounds, and this could be really bad for Luminescent for the rest of this game if they're not able to find something here.
Yeah, this is getting pretty dire for Luminescent. They don't have a lot of wiggle room left, and they have to face down the barrel of so many full investments from RME. This is going to be really hard to break the momentum of, and, well, it's not even going to get close, as Rudyrojos teleporting forward is going to cut off Sosu's rotate back, and so now it's an early disadvantage for Luminescent as they try to hold on to this A site. Thrash going out is just going to continue to clear the space. Tree is secured, and with that, the site, as Thrash is just going to confirm this round, and RME is going to find 11.
Yeah, I mean, that is just team play at its finest for RME. I mean, River gets 1, okay, but all the picks are found. I mean, another aggressive teleport from Rudyrojos to kill Sosu, which, again, really hurts their start, and then they're just able to get on site with the Thrash. It hits Ella, I believe, and, I mean, that was just completely free for RME as they force a round 11, and it's looking like a round 12 in just a minute.
Yeah, I mean, another eco here for Luminescent, and it's just so unfortunate. The first half was looking so competitive, but as soon as Luminescent swapped to their defense side, the pressure of RME's attack is just way too much to handle, it seems.
I just read the stream chat right now, and our boss Steph wants us to call these thrifties the Rogue Energy thrifty, which I thought was really funny, so I had to mention it, as Gayberry might find 2 kills on this flank here.
I mean, Ella manages to get 1, but yeah, Gigaberry probably good for 2. Not quite. Actually doesn't quite hold his nerve for the second, so at least able to keep this at a somewhat even man count. But Rudyrojos, those teleport plays that we know him so much for, is just gonna most likely secure this round, as it's a 2v3 retake, something that RME have been so strong in general, and weapon disadvantage, gun disadvantage. River does manage to lurk up inside of this smoke and takes out Rudyrojos, so it's an even man count now, but still a massive gun discrepancy between these 2 teams. Vandal will be secured though, so maybe that can even the odds a little bit. CeeLo though, playing the contact out of the smoke, will most likely be good for at least one of the... No, he actually turns. CeeLo is still able to pick up the kill, and so now it's River in a 1v2, spam through the smoke down to 1 shot. They could have had a chance, but CeeLo managing to turn back just in time. Almost got timinged, but it won't spiral out of control for RME.
Unless they win 7 or 9 straight, I believe, in order to win this game. It's really rough for the side Luminescent. They're gonna pick up a potential. No, they're not. Never mind. Yeah, it's really difficult for them to do anything this game. It does feel like Army kind of have their number, and like I said before, when they won 3 rounds, they made it into 6, and this could be 7 in a row as their economy is way too good. They have a showstopper for Mr. C. They have a neural theft for Gigaberry. I mean, they do have a Rolling Thunder for Thick Bang and a Nightfall for the Fade of Ella. This could be a very ultimate heavy round that could just dissolve into chaos as we have a Gigaberry get a trade.
Yeah, a lot of trades coming out here actually as Ella also contributes, so it's an early man advantage, but oh, Mr. Seed gets 2 on that. How did he pick up AB? That was so far away. So low on HP, I suppose. So now it's a man advantage into the post plant. Thickbang, who has been pretty strong throughout this match, is going to have to feel the weight of this round. Rolling Thunder tossed out as River is crunching in from Dune, but Wizard to take the head off of Thickbang. It's going to be a teleport play inside of the smoke from River. 1v1, and River will secure it, so Lumi stays alive for one more round.
I mean, Thick Bang able to find a nice old 3 picks, and I mean, that's what you want from him. That's why I highlight him at the start, because he's just really good at finding these nice picks, and then River, of course, finding Wizard. Wizard maybe taking not the best angle, did find Thick Bang with it, but it just made it really hard for them to come back when the bomb was planted for Mound. But either way, Luminescent, I mean, you would hope it would spark something in them to start a comeback, because their economy is still pretty bad and they're on match point.
Well, yeah, I mean, we know Luminescent have a mental that can bounce back, but this feels like such a tall mountain. But perhaps off the back of River, that will be the first step towards our best clutch thus far in the Honeydew Summer Showdown. As it's going to be a lot of pressure over towards Dune here. Wizard collects Thick Bang, and once again, this is a rough situation for Lumi, something that they have found themselves in time after time in this matchup. Rudyrojos at the top of the box is going to secure the site, and the plant is going to go down from the wingman as it's once again a post-plant situation for Luminescent.
Why didn't Rudyrojos kill Sosu there? He was dead the rights.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of been the tale of this match, everything going the way of RME, and it has been a masterclass as Rudy teleporting into the back of the site is going to pick up 1. River to keep it at least doable. 3v4 here, and Thrash goes out, is only going to continue to stall this time. Sosu trying to get something done, but it's all left up to Ella, detained by the Thrash, and it's cleaned up by CeeLo as we see a 13-7 to confirm the 2-0 here for RME.
RME head to 3-1 in the standings, technically tied with Adrenaline as they're 3-0, but RME either way cementing themselves in second place, guaranteed, dropping Luminescent to 2-2 as we just saw a clean second half for the side of RME. I mean, like we said before, they love the streak, and what did they do again? They streaked like crazy and decided we're going to stop fooling around and win this map. And again, I think I'm going to give this player of the game to Gigaberry. I just really liked how he played, and he just played a really nice Sentinel game while maintaining picks.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be bringing Rudy in once again for the post-game interview. I'm sure he is feeling very good after that 2-0 victory. A dominant 2-0 victory at that.
Hello.
Yeah, definitely.
Hello, Rudy. Welcome back. You know, it hasn't been very long.
Yeah.
Congratulations on securing your win. You now are up 3-1 in the league. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, honestly.
I just wanted to ask you about Lotus specifically. We saw Luminescent pick it fairly recently against Honeydew, and they managed to make a massive comeback on it to secure their series win. So were you guys expecting Lotus? Were you guys prepared for what was coming? It certainly looked that way.
We were very prepared. We watched Lotus or Lumi on, I think they played GFU and Adrenaline, and we prepped off of that.
Yeah, you guys came out of the first half 6-6, and then you win pistol again. How do you guys set up well? Like, how do you guys feel about when you're going out for bonuses and then start streaking for 6 rounds in a row?
We feel pretty confident. I will say we do there can be tendencies where, we might overheat and we might over peak a bit, but for the most part we feel like we're mostly in control. We definitely like the 6 rounds win straight. Feels good.
I mean, with that, you guys have managed to break the curse that me and Rhodes have had on the cast. There were no pistol thrifties in this game, so congratulations on that. And with this, you secure second place in the league currently. So, how are you feeling about that? Are you guys feeling confident going forward in this league with that?
We feel very confident and we're happy to be where we're at, and we're aiming to go higher.
Last week, it felt like you guys felt a bit shaky, and I did say that I felt like Mr. C specifically felt a bit shaky in their in that series. But then in this series, I think I'm giving them the player of the series because I feel like they're able to do a lot more for your team and just play exponentially better. How do you feel about when your players are able to come back up and just play a lot better for your team?
It makes me really proud. I can definitely see the difference between the gameplay of Mr. Seed from last game and this game. I do feel like he's feeling a lot more comfortable in the role he played these games, and it's definitely going to be put into account for future games.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I really only have one more question for you guys. You guys are now up 3-1. You've played 4 games so far, so you've played against a decent amount of the teams in this league. Is there any team that you haven't played yet that you're particularly looking forward to playing, or sort of have sort of a bounty situation where you want to be able to beat that team specifically?
Yes, our next week game against Adrenaline. We're coming for Adrenaline.
Oh, well, you heard it here first. Rudy himself is gunning for Adrenaline, and I look forward to watching that match myself. Thank you for joining us, Rudy, and congratulations on your win, man.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and with that, that'll bring our game for tonight to a close. I've been Alderia, and as always, I've been joined by Rhodes, and we will be catching you guys next time.
Adios.